Welcome back to Smart Income Masters, where we help you make money smarter. And today we're going to dive into something that sounds a bit out there.
Hmm.
Using AI to actually build a business.
Hmm.
Like the kind where you buy low and sell high. Could it actually work? I was super skeptical at first, but honestly, the results were pretty wild.
Really?
Yeah. So if you want to hear how it all went down, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stick with us because this is one you won't want to miss.
I'm intrigued already.
So to get started, we partnered up with this awesome AI chatbot. We call him ChatGPT.
Right?
And we basically gave him one job,
Yeah.
automate this entire process of you know, finding cheap stuff, getting it, and then listing it for sale at a profit.
Ambitious.
For sure. And you know what? Chad dove right in. He was on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, scanning for deals like crazy, like a digital hawk or something.
Wow, that's impressive.
It was almost spooky how quickly he was pulling up potential items, sorting them into a spreadsheet, and even writing messages to sellers.
That's incredible. Think about the amount of time a person would spend doing all that manually.
Right.
It's mind-boggling. But this is where AI really shines. It can process data and execute tasks at a speed that we humans just can't match.
Yeah, and in this case, Chad was not only finding these potential deals, but also analyzing pricing trends, identifying the best items to target, and even figuring out the most effective way to actually communicate with sellers.
That's wild.
It was amazing to watch. But then we hit a snag. After sending out a bunch of messages, Facebook kind of slapped our account with this, unusual activity flag.
Uh-oh.
It seems even AI can't totally escape Zuckerberg's watchful eye.
Makes sense. I mean, these online platforms are designed to prevent bot activity.
Right.
It does highlight the need for some human oversight, at least for now, to kind of navigate these limitations.
Totally. But that little hiccup didn't stop us. We had all this stuff to move around, including this big, heavy cabinet.
Oh, wow.
Could AI handle that too? Well, we gave Chad a new task.
Right.
Find a local courier to pick up the cabinet and bring it to our office.
Okay, so you're basically putting Chad in charge of the logistics now. I'm
Excellent.
curious to see how this plays out.
So remember those days of calling around for quotes, comparing prices, trying to schedule pickups? It could eat up your entire afternoon.
Yeah, it's a real hassle.
But Chad just went online, found a suitable courier, filled out the request form, booked the whole thing, and bam, done.
No way.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The courier showed up right on time, loaded the cabinet, and that was that. I mean, we literally didn't have to do anything.
Wow.
Chad handled it all.
That's the power of AI automation in action.
Right. It frees up so much time and energy.
Exactly, allowing you to focus on other aspects of the business.
And speaking of other aspects,
Right.
we needed to figure out how much to sell all this stuff for.
Hmm.
Right? So who do we turn to? Chad, of course, we asked him to do some market research, compare prices, and tell us what to list everything for.
Smart Move AI is perfect for that kind of data crunching.
It's like having a whole team of market analysts, but way faster and cheaper.
For sure. So Chad's handling the sourcing, logistics, pricing. What else? Did you have him write the descriptions for the listings too?
Of course. And you know what? He came up with some pretty compelling copy, highlighting all the key features and benefits, making everything sound super appealing to buyers.
It's like having a professional copywriter on your team, but without the hefty fees.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
with Chad handling pretty much everything, we were basically set. All that was left was to wait for the buyers to roll in. They did, in fact. We even got a message from someone interested in a baby stroller that Chad had found and lifted.
Nice proof that the AI's strategy was working.
We negotiated with the buyer a little bit, had to flex our human muscles there, and we ended up making the sale.
So even with all the automation, there are still moments where human intervention is necessary.
Absolutely. It's about finding that right balance between AI and human input.
I agree. Some tasks like negotiations still require that human touch.
For sure. But at this point, we're starting to think bigger. Could we scale this whole operation, turn it into a real sustainable business?
Interesting. How would you even go about doing that?
Well, imagine like a whole team of AI agents, each specializing in a different task.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Exactly. More agents, more tasks, more automation leading to more profit. You could have agents dedicated to finding products, others handling shipping and logistics, some focused on marketing and sales, all working together.
The possibilities are endless.
Right. But here's the thing. We realize that while this buy low, sell high model is great for consistent income, there's a ceiling. To reach those massive financial goals, we'd need to up-level our approach.
That makes sense. This model is a solid foundation, a way to generate a steady stream of income, maybe even a comfortable living. But to become a millionaire, you'd need to leverage AI in more innovative ways. explore more complex business models, and maybe even look beyond the simple act of buying and selling.
Exactly. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk results in just one day of using Chad. We made a profit of $145.
Not bad for a day's work, especially considering how little effort you actually put in.
Right. And if we kept this up, we could be looking at a yearly income of around $54,000 just from selling these relatively low-value items.
That's impressive. And remember, this is just scratching the surface during the experiment. Chad had actually identified over $3,300 worth of items that you could have gotten for free and flipped for a profit.
It's crazy, right?
It is, we're talking serious six-figure potential, all thanks to AI.
This whole experiment was a real eye-opener. It showed us just how powerful this technology can be when it comes to building a business from scratch.
Absolutely. And it raises some big questions. If AI can achieve this level of success with a relatively simple model, what other industries could it disrupt? What other possibilities are out there?
Those are the questions we'll be exploring right here on Smart Income Masters. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our future deep dives into the world of AI and how it can be leveraged to
make money smarter.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Smart Income Masters.
This whole AI thing is really making me rethink what it takes to build a business. You know?
Yeah. It's definitely a paradigm shift. The old school idea of entrepreneurship with all the hustle and grind might be fading. We're entering this era where AI can do so much of the heavy lifting, freeing up our time to focus on the bigger picture, like strategy, growth, even creativity.
It really is like having a tireless business partner working 24/7, never asking for a raise.
Exactly. And what's even more exciting is how accessible this technology is becoming. You don't need to be a coding whiz to leverage AI anymore.
Right.
There are all sorts of user-friendly tools and platforms popping up, making it easier than ever to incorporate AI into your business, no matter what industry you're in.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's not just for tech companies anymore, it's for everyone. I mean, imagine the possibilities: marketing, sales, customer service, even product development, all streamlined and optimized with AI.
Exactly. It's about working smarter, not harder. And AI isn't just about automating tasks. It's about uncovering insights that we humans might miss.
Oh, interesting.
AI can analyze data, identify patterns, and predict trends in ways that would take us forever. That's a huge advantage in any industry.
So all this talk about AI got me thinking, is there a point where it goes too far? I mean, are we all going to be replaced by robots? It's a question I'm sure a lot of people are asking themselves right now.
It's a valid concern, and it's something we need to be mindful of as this technology continues to evolve. But honestly, I don't think it's about replacement.
Okay.
It's about augmentation. AI can do certain things exceptionally well, but there are still areas where humans excel, things like creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence.
So it's more like AI is a tool, not a threat.
Exactly. It's about finding that right balance, leveraging the strengths of both humans and machines. Think of it as a collaboration, each playing to their strengths to achieve something greater together.
That makes me feel a lot better. So for all the listeners out there who are intrigued by this whole AI thing, what advice would you give them? Where should they start?
I think the best starting point is to look at your own business or your own work and ask yourself what tasks could be automated. Are there things you're doing that are repetitive, time-consuming, or require a lot of data analysis? Those are prime candidates for AI, and once you've identified those areas, start exploring the available AI tools.
That makes sense. But I know what you're thinking. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all the options, right? Where do you even begin?
Yeah, I hear you. It can be a lot to take in, but remember, you don't have to be an expert to get started. There are tons of resources out there to help you navigate this world. Online courses, tutorials, communities, even just a simple Google search can point you in the right direction.
And don't forget about our amazing community here at Smart Income Masters. We're always here to help you make money smarter, whether it's through AI or any other strategy.
That's right. We're all on this journey together, learning and growing along the way. And we're excited to see how AI continues to shape the future of work and entrepreneurship.
This whole experiment has really opened my eyes to the possibilities.
It's just a glimpse of what's to come. And as AI continues to evolve, we can expect even more groundbreaking advancements that will change the way we live and work in ways we can't even imagine yet.
It's both exciting and a little scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I think it's important to approach it with a sense of curiosity and optimism. The future is what we make it.
That's a great point. Speaking of the future, before we move on, I want to leave our listeners with a question to ponder.
Okay, I'm listening.
If AI can successfully automate and manage a simple buy low, sell high business model, what other industries could it potentially disrupt? I mean, what are the limits here?
That's a great question, and one we should all be asking ourselves as this technology becomes more powerful and more ubiquitous.
All right, folks, we've got a lot more to discuss on this topic, so stick with us. We'll be right back after a quick message. Welcome back to Smart Income Masters.
It's time to wrap up our deep dive into the world of AI entrepreneurship.
You know, this whole experience has left me with a lot to think about.
Me too. It's both exhilarating and a little daunting to see how rapidly this technology is advancing. It's like we're on the cusp of a major shift in how we work and live.
Yeah, it's almost like science fiction becoming reality.
It is, and it's happening faster than many of us realize. I think the key takeaway here is that AI isn't some far-off concept anymore. It's here, it's powerful, and it's accessible to anyone who's willing to embrace it.
That's a really important point. It's not just for tech giants or big corporations. This experiment showed that even with a relatively simple business model, AI can make a significant impact.
Absolutely. And as AI continues to evolve, we can only imagine the possibilities. The key is to stay informed, stay curious, and be willing to adapt.
So for all the listeners out there who are feeling inspired or maybe even a little intimidated by the potential of AI, what's the one piece of advice you would give them?
Don't be afraid to experiment. Start small, explore different AI tools, and see how you can integrate them into your work or your business. You might be surprised at what you can achieve.
That's great advice. And remember, we're here to support you on your journey to make money smarter with or without AI.
Absolutely. We believe that knowledge is power, and we're committed to providing our listeners with the insights and resources they need to thrive in this ever-changing world.
This deep dive has been an incredible learning experience for both of us.
It has, and it's just the beginning. We're excited to see what the future holds for AI and for all of us who are willing to embrace its potential.
So if you enjoyed this episode and want to explore more innovative ways to make money smarter, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community of Smart Income Masters.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.